Welcome to our journey through history, where we uncover the life of Enver Pasha, a man whose ambition shook empires and whose vision inspired millions. A military genius, a revolutionary, and a dreamer of a united Turkic world called Turan, Enver Pasha's name still echoes in the hearts of Turkic peoples as a symbol of hope and liberation. In this 8-minute video, we'll explore his rise, his bold plans, and the legacy that continues to inspire. Buckle up, and let's dive into the story. Born in 1881 in Istanbul, Ismail Enver was a product of the declining Ottoman Empire. The empire, once a global powerhouse, was crumbling under internal strife and external pressures. Young Enver, charismatic and fiercely ambitious, joined the military and quickly rose through the ranks. By his late 20s, he became a leading figure in the Young Turks, a reformist movement aiming to modernize the empire and restore its glory. But Enver's vision went far beyond reform. He dreamed of uniting all Turkic peoples under one banner, Turan. So what is Turan? Turan is Enver's grandiose idea of creating a unified nation encompassing the Turkic-speaking peoples of Anatolia, the Caucasus, Central Asia and other regions. Enver believed that these peoples, from the Hungarians of Budapest to the Yakuts of Sakha, shared a common language, culture and destiny. At the time, many Turkic groups were living under foreign rule, Russian, Persian or Chinese. Enver saw Turan as a way to awaken them from centuries of oppression by uniting them into a powerful, independent state. It was a bold, almost utopian dream, but it burned brightly in his heart. Enver's chance to make his mark came in 1908, when the Young Turks launched the constitutional revolution, overthrowing the absolute rule of Sultan Abdul Hamid II. Enver, now a national hero, was hailed as the hero of liberty. His charisma and fiery speeches electrified the masses, especially the Turkic communities within the empire. He spoke of pride, unity, and a future where Turks would no longer bow to foreign powers. For many, Enver's words were a wake-up call, stirring a sense of identity and purpose that had long been suppressed. By 1913, Enver Pasha, now Minister of War, was one of the most powerful men in the Ottoman Empire. He led the empire into World War I alongside Germany, hoping a victory would strengthen the Turks and pave the way for Turan. His military campaigns, like the Battle of Sarıkamış in 1915, were daring but often disastrous. Thousands perished in the freezing Caucasus Mountains, and critics called Enver reckless. Yet, his supporters saw him as a visionary, willing to risk everything for the Turkic cause. Despite setbacks, Enver's belief in Turan never wavered. After the Ottoman defeat in 1918, Enver's world collapsed. The empire was dismantled, and he was forced into exile. But instead of giving up, Enver turned his eyes to Central Asia, where Turkic peoples were resisting Soviet rule. In 1921, he arrived in Bukhara, modern-day Uzbekistan, joining the Basmachi Revolt against the Bolsheviks. Enver declared himself the supreme commander of the forces of Islam, and rallied Turkic fighters with promises of a free Turan. His presence galvanized the rebels, who saw him as a liberator sent to break their chains. Enver's time in Central Asia was nothing short of epic. He organized scattered Basmachi bands into a disciplined army, launching attacks on Soviet forces. He wrote letters to Turkic leaders, urging them to join the fight for a united Turkic state. For a moment, it seemed Turan was within reach. Enver's energy and courage inspired hope among the Uzbeks, Turkmens, and Kyrgyz, who had long suffered under Russian dominance. To them, Enver wasn't just a general, he was a symbol of resistance, a spark that reignited their dreams of freedom. But Enver's dream was not to be. On August 4, 1922, near Dushanbe in modern-day Tajikistan, Enver led a final charge against Soviet troops. Outnumbered and outgunned, he fought bravely but was killed in battle at the age of 40. His death marked the end of his Turan dream, but not its impact. The Soviets crushed the Basmachi, but Enver's name lived on, whispered in the steppes and mountains as a martyr for the Turkic cause. So, why does Enver Pasha still matter? In Turkey, Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, and other Turkic regions, his name is synonymous with hope and defiance. For many, he's a hero who dared to challenge empires and awaken the Turkic spirit. Streets, schools, and mosques bear his name, and his story is taught to new generations. The idea of Turan, though never realized, inspired movements like the Organization of Turkic States, which fosters cooperation among Turkic nations today. Enver's vision, flawed yet passionate, planted seeds that continue to grow. Enver Pasha was not perfect. His ambition led to military failures, and his idealism sometimes outpaced reality. Critics argue he was reckless, dragging the Ottoman Empire into doomed wars. Yet, even his detractors can't deny his impact. He gave voice to millions who felt invisible, showing them they could dream of a better future. In a world where Turkic peoples were divided and oppressed, Enver's call for unity was a beacon of hope, a hope that still resonates in the Turkic world today. As we close this chapter, let's remember Enver Pasha not just as a soldier or politician, but as a dreamer who believed in the impossible. His life reminds us that one person's vision can inspire millions, even across centuries. What do you think of Enver's legacy? Should we celebrate his boldness or question his choices?